welcome to a new tutorial for Graphic 45. We are going to make a treat box because Easter, Mother's Day, very important dates are coming, so I want to show you how to make a box with a double lid. I mean, you already watched the picture. It's the lid is going to have another kind of box inside to add the decoration, and they are going to look so pretty. For this project I am using Time To Flourish. This is the 8x8 paper pad, and the sheets that I use are one of January, this one, this is from January, okay, and April, let me check, yes, April cut apart, and April flourish, and these are the leftover pieces that I have. Okay, now also I use the frame die from Policy and Decorative dies to make this beautiful frame that I cut 3 times and stick them together, and then I use this in Shabby white embossing enamel by Stampendous to cover it, because this really looks amazing with this paper collection. And from large tag at the ATC sorry, tag and flower metal dies, I cut with this one and the small and these leaves. All right, and because to save some time, the flowers are already made, but you already know how to shape those, and I made 4 of these. I used 2 layers of the big die and 1 small, and I just use 1 per in the center and a few of these tiny just to fill all around. Okay, and this has these beads. Okay, so the the leaves, I also use the same embossing powder. Okay, this is going to be for the decoration, but first I want to give you the measurements and the papers that I choose to make the box. All right, first, this is going to be the base. Then I cut here, and because these are going to be the flaps, I just cut a little bit in angle, you can see here, and this is going to be the base. To cover the base, I am planning to use for the inside and the outside, because I don't want to see the flaps inside. Okay, and I want to cover those flaps. Okay, well, for the outside I am using, just cut a little bit small the pieces, and let me check, this is going to be in this way so we can use it here, and because this is what is next, this is going to be here. Then in this side I will be using another piece. Okay, so my pieces measure, this one is 3 13/16 by 2 1/8 tall, and the small ones are 3 1/16 by 2 1/8. Okay, so we need 2 long and 2 small. In the same size, I cut with this from January, this paper, to cover the inside, and then another piece with this one that measure 3 13/16 by 3 1/16. All right, so this is going to be the base. Let me give you all the measurements first. Now for the lid, for this one I have my papers as well, and all of these are from January paper. Okay, and this is going to be here, 2 small and 2 longs. Okay, so let me give you the measurements that I've got here. For the long pieces, it's 3 7/8 by 1 1/8 of an inch. We need two small that measure 3 3/16 by 1 1/8, and for this piece 3 7/8 by 3 3/16. We are going to stick this, and then we are going to open a window. Okay, well, before we stick, we are going to cut the window, because in between of those I am going to add this acetate. This is a leftover acetate, upcycle of course, and we will see through the window, and inside there is the box inside. I think that's the best way to call this, a tiny box in this way. Let me take this out. Now let me give you the measurements for that box. We need a piece that measure 5 inches by 4 1/4, and I score at a 1/2 inch in the 4 sides. All right. Okay, now we can start assembling this. Oh, and I am going to use a leftover of this April paper to put it here inside, and I just cut a lot of the die cut pieces to decorate the inside, because here is where we are going to decorate the most. Okay, and this is going to be covered with the lid and the acetate. Okay, so I think we can remove this already, and we can start. Now let's assemble this piece. This is going to be here inside, so now this is already assembled, and this is the lid. On top of the lid we are going to decorate with this paper, so I just hold it with a little of washi tape, because we are going to cut from the inside. Okay, and I already made my guidelines, which are at a 1/2 inch from every scoring line to the center. A 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch, a 1/2, and a 1/2. Okay, and now I am going to cut with my knife, and that's why I use my washi tape on the back, because I want to cut both papers at one time. Okay, just try to be safe always, of course, but and don't put so much pressure. I suggest that you pass a few times your knife, and that's it. Okay, okay, now I'm going to use this glue, because I want to be sure the acetate it's going to stay on place. Okay, with the line we cut. Okay. Okay, and on top of this we are going to stick this beautiful frame, and for the frame I am going to use also. Now that we have this ready, we are going to let this aside for a moment, because now we are going to work here. Now we need to let this dry just a little bit, because we are going to complete all the box, the lid of course, and my suggestion is to assemble that with this one. This, and you need to turn it, but I don't want to move it too much until this dries a little bit. Now this is secure already, okay, and you can see how pretty this looks inside. Now this is going to be in this way, and this is going to fit here, but we have still some room here, and I don't like to see this, so I prepare some hinges, and I cut pieces that measure, 2 pieces measure 5, and in the 5 side I score a 1/2 inch here, and at 4.5 in the opposite side, and 1 and 3/16, and I score at a 1/2 inch. Okay, I made 2 of these. All right, I repeat for you: 5 inches and score at a 1/2 in one side and a 1/2 in the opposite side, and then 1 and 3/16, and I score a 1/2 a time, a 1/2 of an inch. I'm sorry. And now we can stick this to end. Of course we will cover everything, and at the end I am going to add this piece here. Okay, so let's now, before we stick this, just check if this fits exactly, or you need to remove a little bit. In my case it fits. Okay, you can see it now, this fits perfectly. Okay, this is my front and the direction of the paper. Now I want to add this, so this will be in this way in here. Okay, now we can make a little decoration here, not too much because we don't want to cover all of this. Okay, I am just going to